searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold you high while the pain was over. Give you all by the rolling seas. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so. And now I'm chasing nightmares. Used to run with you through the great big leaves. Laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. And you meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. chasing away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so. And now I'm chasing nightmares through your life.
What's up, guys? So for those of you who stuck around, you got a treat. This is the background for the championship game preview. For those of you guys that are in here tonight, you got a sneak preview. This is it. This is what we are using for the background for the game this weekend. Now we're going back to this. But what's up, guys? What's going on? What's up? So, there's a little sneak preview. For those of you who are in here, that's what we're using for the game this weekend. So that's it. That is our background for the Titans game this weekend. All right, what's up, fellas? What's going on, guys? What's up? So, let's jump right into this. Oh, good, Coach. I'm glad you like it. Now, let's jump right into this, guys. So, we will start off with the AFC. We're going to start off with the AFC championship game. The Titans traveling to the Chiefs to play in Arrowhead Stadium. That's going to be a good one. That is going to be a good game. From what I've been looking at, the weather is going to be very cold at kickoff. They're saying close to single digits at kickoff in Kansas City. So definitely weather going to play a role in that game. It's going to be frigid from what I've been hearing, which is huge. That plays in Tennessee's hands. That they couldn't ask for something more to kind of help them affect, the game. Have it be have the weather effect on their side. Cold games like that usually mean it's tougher to throw the football, and they usually point to the games heading towards a running a run heavy kind of offense and more of a smash mouth game than the finesse game that the Kansas City Chiefs like to play. So that definitely plays into their favor. That's a huge plus for them. That is a huge plus for them. Now, there's a ton of weapons on the Kansas City side. I mean, you're looking at they have multiple running backs who can not only run hard-nosed between the tackles, but can also catch the football out of the backfield, which having those dual threat running backs is always a problem. Because you're kind of forced to pick, which of the ones do you really want to attack? Do you want to keep them? Do you want to keep them on the ground, or do you want to let them try and beat you through the air? And I mean, Kansas City's one of those teams where they can do both. And there's just so many weapons. They have, like I said, multiple running backs. They have Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins as burners on the outside that can really, really open things up in the middle of the field for Travis Kelce. And the coach plays was talking about it earlier, and I 110% agree with him. I couldn't. They on the Titans stream that they did earlier, which if you guys don't know, the coach plays is a Titans fan, and I actually think he was on a Titans stream. I believe it was Titan Upload and Coach, help me out. Who was the other? Who was the other one in there? Titan upload, and who was the last one in there? I believe he was the. It was his stream, but my memories getting away from me. Whose stream was it? It wasn't Titan uploads. He was a part of it with you, but who was the host of it? What up, Steeler fan? What's up? So, Coach, help me out here. There we go. All right, yeah. So NGB Talk is a Titans fan, and he did the stream earlier, and they were talking about kind of who you really have to shut down, and who really drives that offense, and it's Kelsey over the middle of the field as a check down for. Yeah. Okay, Coach. Cool. So Kelsey is the driving force behind that offense. He's a huge safety blanket for Mahomes, for Patrick Mahomes. And we all know what happens when you take a quarterback safety blanket away. You make their lives miserable. When you take a quarterback safety blanket away, and you make his life miserable. And if you force him to check it down to running backs and to check it down, into short yardage over those big plays, because the Kansas City Chiefs they thrive on that over the top. They bring everybody in with the run, and then they hit you over the top with Watkins or they hit you over the top with Watkins or Tyreek Hill. But I think if the Titans can take away the over the top and can take away the over the top stuff and hit Travis Kelce at the line and get his timing off, all you have to do is just a little bit. You don't have to really crush him, but if you can just throw Travis Kelce's timing off a little bit and give the Titans defensive line, which has played incredibly well this postseason, that extra half second to get to Mahomes. If you put Mahomes under pressure, he's shown in the past that he can crack. So I do think that if the Titans D line can get pressure on Mahomes and they can take Kelce out of the game, that I think they're going to make the Kansas City Chiefs offense, manageable. I think they'll be able to stick with them, but that's, to me, that's what they have to do. They have to take Kelce out of the game, and they have to see if they can bottle up the outside. As long as I think they can do that, I think that interior of the Titans defense is good enough to hold up. That D line has played very well, so I do think that they can hold up, and I do think they can hold up. But to me, that's the key. That's the key for the Titans. Coach, I know, man. I know it's a big game for you guys. It's an incredibly big game for you. What's up, Decker? What's up? So that's what I think. At least that's how I think they should attack the Chiefs on the defensive side of the ball for the Titans. For the offensive side of the ball, they need to expose that interior of that Chiefs defense. You can run on that team. You can run the football on that Chiefs defense. That defensive line is definitely you can manage that line. If the Titans offensive line can manage can get the upper hand on that defensive line of Kansas City, which I think they can absolutely do it, especially with the way they've been playing. And if Henry runs like he's run in the last two games, they're going to be hard to stop. They'll play clock management, and the best way you beat you beat the Chiefs is to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. What up, Scottzilla? What's up, man? So I think the best way to beat the Chiefs off on the offensive end is to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field too. Yeah, Coach. See, I know that's what I'm talking about. Their defense, Kansas City's defense, is exposable, and if the Chiefs can beat that defense up for 3 quarters, if that Chiefs offensive line can beat that that defensive line and defensive front, including the linebackers of the Chiefs up, if they can beat them up for 3 quarters of the game, I think by the fourth quarter they're just going to throw in the towel. I mean, Derrick Henry's an animal. If you got him running at you, and especially if he's running downhill like the way he's been running, it's going to be tough. Yes, I did, Coach. I did. Frank Clark has been talking some trash. I believe Tyreek Hill has been talking some trash too. So it's the same situation as Baltimore, Coach. They talking. They're doing a lot of this. Kansas City's doing a lot of talking. Kansas City is doing a lot of talking. They are. Same situation as the Baltimore game. They were doing a lot of talking too, and they got punched in the mouth. But I do think that's how the Titans should attack that defense. I think that they should play clock control. They should run the football, and Ryan Tannehill is good enough and accurate enough to make those throws, to make the throws that he needs to when they can. It's, in my opinion, it's an execution thing. If the Titans can go out there, Coach, if the Titans can go out there and play their game and execute, basically how they've been playing the last 2 weeks, I think they have a shot. I think they have a shot. That they're, you shouldn't count them out as much as the national media is in this game. If the Titans can go in there and execute, they can get it done. They can beat that team. The Chiefs have shown that they have tendencies to crack under pressure, and we all know Andy Reid's coaching resume, how it goes, how it's been in the last few years when it comes to high pressure situations and management of the clock in the last 10 minutes of the game. If I was Chiefs fans, I'd be worried about this game. I would be very worried about this game if I was a Chiefs fan, because all the pressure is on Kansas City. Tennessee's playing with house money. They got nothing to lose. The Titans are more than happy to be in the position they're in. Nobody picked them to make it there. No one. No, if you ask them in week 14 or week 13, if you thought the Titans were going to be in that position, no way. And the national media still doesn't believe in them. The Titans are playing with house money right now. They got nothing to lose. And teams that play with nothing to lose are the most dangerous teams you can go up against. All the pressure right now is on Kansas City. So with that being said, let's switch over to the Chiefs. The Chiefs side of it, we'll start out with the defense. You got to get to Tannehill. You have to put pressure on Ryan Tannehill. He's very reliant on being able to sit in a pocket and decipher a defense and sit back there and have time to make the accurate throws that he needs to make. And I think if he has time, this game is going to be very, very, very interesting. If Ryan Tannehill has time in the pocket to make the accurate throws that he needs to make, this game's going to be very interesting. So if I was Kansas City, I would say the first and foremost would be get after Ryan Tannehill. Get him out of the pocket, get him on the move, and get him running. That would be priority number one for me. Coach, I will get to that question in 1 second. So number two on the defensive side for the Chiefs would be I would stop Derrick Henry. Do everything you possibly can. I mean, I know it's hard. I know it's easier said than done to stop a 6-foot, 240-pound freight train. But stop Derrick Henry. Stop Derrick Henry would be definitely on the priority list. You make Ryan Tannehill beat you with his arm. You turn the Titans as one-dimensional as you can make them if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. Take out Derrick Henry. Do not let him run the football. When he does touch the ball, you want him to get 3 yards. That's it. 2 or 3 yards a carry for him is a huge knockdown from what he's been getting this postseason. So if you can limit his production or all out take him out of the game, plus, definitely. So on the defensive side for Kansas City, once again, guys, it's get Ryan, pressure Ryan Tannehill, blitz him, get him out of the pocket and get him on the move. And then the other one would be to stop Derrick Henry, or at least slow him down enough to where he's not effective. The next thing for the offensive side of the football in the Chiefs is I would take advantage of the if I was Kansas City, I would use the running backs on the wheel routes and screens to get your receivers in open space and let them do what they do for yards after the catch. That's how that's at least if that would be my offensive game plan if I was the Chiefs, because I think knowing what the Titans know and how they operate, I do think they're going to take the deep ball away from Kansas City, the big home run plays. I think Vrabel's game plan is going to be to take the home run ball away from Kansas City and basically keep everything in front of them and make Patrick Mahomes have to make those accurate throws and see if your defensive front can get to him in time. So he's going to be having to make these accurate throws on the run. So those are my thoughts for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, that being said, on both sides of the football, guys, I think the advantage is going to have to go to as much as Kansas. So here's what I'll say. Kansas City has the home field advantage. They're going to have the crowd. They're going to have home field. They're going to have the environment. They're going to have just that whole entire aspect of home field advantage that goes with that in the playoffs. I would, however, I put more trust in Mike Vrabel than I do in Andy Reid when it comes to making high pressure situations. Because Vrabel has shown it this whole playoffs that he's not afraid to stick to his to stick to the game plan and to stick to what got him there. When he went into Foxborough and usually in the Patriots stadium, a lot of coaches they crap their pants and they lose their mind in the second half, and they try to get too cute and they go away from what got them where they're at. And I don't think Vrabel's one of those coaches that would do that. I really don't think he would. He proved it in the Patriots stadium. So if he can go into Gillette and beat the brakes off of the Pats the way they did, there's nothing that tells me that they can't go into Arrowhead and give the Chiefs a run for their money as well. So I would give the coaching advantage to I would give the coaching advantage to the Titans. Talent-wise now, if you're talking about purely on paper talent-wise, Kansas City's got the better team. They do. They have the better team on paper, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee a win. Just because you're the better team on paper, it doesn't usually guarantee a win. There's a lot of different aspects that go into it. I can totally see this being a close, hard-nosed, hard-fought game to the very end, and the last 6 minutes deciding this game, and I put no faith in Andy Reid. I put no faith in Andy Reid in the last 8 minutes, 5, 8, 10 minutes of a game, where when in a close game, it's his MO. It's part of his makeup as a coach. He does not know how to manage a clock. If that game is close, if that's a close game with 8 minutes to go in the game, I will and the Titans are up 6. I'm gonna give that edge to the Titans. I'm gonna give that edge to the Titans simply because Mike Vrabel knows how to close a game out and Andy Reid does not. So I'm gonna pick the Titans in that game. In the AFC side of the football, I think the Titans go back to the playoff. Go back to the Super Bowl. I think the Titans go into Arrowhead, and I think the Titans shock the world. I think they stick it to the national media, and I think they stick to their guns, and they stick to what got them there. I think they stick to running Derrick Henry, and they have Ryan Tannehill. I think they'll give him just enough time to make the accurate throws, to make the accurate throws that he needs to, just like he did in Foxborough. They'll give him enough time to hit these guys, to make these tight window throws that he needs to make, and he's proven that he's a capable quarterback to do that, and he can do it under pressure. So I'm going to pick the Titans. I will take Tennessee to go back to the Super Bowl. Now let's move on to the NFC Championship, guys. NFC Championship. The San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. This game has all the Coach, I will be looking forward to see that. Somebody might want to have the screen record button ready to clip Coach Play's reaction if they win the Super Bowl. He may just make himself into a viral video tomorrow night. So somebody may want to be ready to clip, to have the screen record button ready for the Coach Plays' stream. So let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the NFC side of things. The Niners and the Packers. This game is going to be another good one. Both of these teams have shown that both of these teams, even though their records are very, very good, they've both shown that they can be beaten and they can be exposed, and they do have holes on the offensive and defensive side of the football that another team can take advantage of. They've shown that they can definitely be beaten. There's two ways that this game could possibly go. You're either going to get an extreme blowout in one direction. I worded that wrong, guys. I worded that wrong. That was my bad. This is a tough one to predict, especially if you're going by the spread, because this game has all the ingredients to be an absolute blowout in one direction for either team. Because both of these teams have shown that they have the ability to collapse under pressure. Both of these teams, as good as they are, have shown that they can just epically melt down and just turn to garbage. What up, Bosgold? What's up, Pats Nation? What up, Brayton? What's up, guys? What's up? So you could get this in this game. Both of these teams, as good as they are, have shown that they can both have epic meltdowns and just turn to mush. That being said, let's get started. So we will start on the Green Bay side of things, guys. We'll talk about the Packers first. Let's talk about Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is playing like a man on a mission. Rodgers is playing like a man on a mission. He has not let too much get in his way all year. He's having himself a hell of a year. And Matt LaFleur and him, after the kind of rocky start that they had, have all but ironed out all the finer points, and they've played well for a lot of the season. The Packers do have some good weapons. They have a couple of good slot receivers that can catch the football, and then of course the big one that everybody's going to be looking out for, Devontae Adams. I'm pretty sure Richard Sherman will probably be on Devontae Adams throughout this the entirety of this game, which will definitely be an interesting matchup. Adams versus Sherman should be pretty good. That should be a pretty interesting matchup for us to watch this game. So offensively, on top of the receivers, the running game for the Packers has also shown that when they need it to, Aaron Jones can absolutely take over a game. If Aaron Jones gets running downhill, and the offensive line of Green Bay is performing up to the task, it's tough. That is a tough running game to stop. Aaron Jones is a very, very good running back. He's one of those kind of dual purpose backs too. He can not only run between the tackles and get those hard nosed yards from tackle to tackle, but he can also come out of the backfield and catch footballs in the flat, and the wheel route also has been utilized with Adams. Not that much though, but he's more of a ground game guy. But he can catch the football if needed. So he's definitely one the Niners are going to have to keep an eye on. I would say that I would probably say that I would be more concerned with the running game than the passing game of the Green Bay Packers. If I was Green Bay on offense, that would be my first priority, is to establish the line of scrimmage in that game and show the Niners that they're not afraid of the front seven that they have, and that they're gonna pound the football, and they're gonna run the football on them regardless. Because I think that the Niners are coming in there, and I'm pretty sure that the Niners are going to assume that Green Bay is going to go with the air attack to try and beat them, with Rodgers throwing the football probably somewhere around 40 times, 40 to 45 times this game. So I think it would surprise the Niners a little bit if the Packers started off and tried to establish the run. So if I was Green Bay, that is what I would try. That would be my focus, because I don't think the San Francisco 49ers would be expecting that. I really don't. I don't think San Fran would expect that at all. I don't think they would think that they're going to come in there and try and run the football. So that would be my priority number one for the Green Bay, is run the football and establish the run first. And go off of that, because if you can run the football, that opens up the play action, and that also is going to bring those safeties forward, and you can bet that Devontae Adams is going to try and go over the top at least probably four or five times this game. If they're running the football well, you could almost guarantee that Rodgers is going to try and go over the top of those safeties. So that would be my main focus for the Green Bay Packers, is get the run, establish the run, and stick with it if it's working. If it's working, don't go away from it. If Aaron Jones needs to run the football 30 times this game, 25, 30 times this game to beat up that Niner defense, then I would do it. So let's talk about Green Bay on defense. This is where it worries me in this game. If I was a Green Bay fan, I'd be pretty worried about the defensive side of the football in this one. Green Bay this year, their defense has shown that they are definitely that secondary and that defense is easily exposable. I don't think they play man to man very, very good at all. I think that their secondary is too slow to play man to man. So if you get a man to man matchup, if I was San Francisco or Jimmy G, I would absolutely throw in that direction. Man to man for the Green Bay Packers has been a struggle this year. So I would definitely be looking for man-to-man matchups if I was Jimmy G, and exploit that to the fullest. The defensive line as well, the interior in particular, has shown that they are definitely exposable too. If you run between the tackles well, I think that is definitely a weak point on them. So I would say for Green Bay on defense, I would clog the middle of the field and keep everything in front of you. That's how I would manage that game on D for Green Bay. Just make sure that my safeties don't get pulled too far forward with that run game or with the play fake, and that's basically how I would handle that. How I would handle the San Francisco passing attack if I was the Green Bay defense. Now, let's go over to the San Francisco 49ers side of the football, guys. They're a dangerous team. They are a dangerous team on both sides of the ball. When they're playing good, when they're clicking, that team is the Niners are very, very hard to beat. They're something else. When both sides of the football are playing well, they're damn near unstoppable. They're a hard team to get at. I do think you can beat them though. I do think you can. I think you need to take Jimmy G's Bosco. I do think you need to take Jimmy G's safety blanket there, George Kittle, out of this game. So similar to the Kansas City game with the Titans taking Travis Kelce out, I think the Chiefs using Travis Kelce to beat the Titans, or as an advantage to beat the Titans. It's this kind of the same thing for San Francisco. Sorry guys, I'm tripping over my words. They need to use the tight end. Jimmy G needs to use George Kittle in this game to the fullest. They need to get him the football in any way they can. They need to get that man the football in any way they can, whether it's in the flats or get him on some rub routes there and clear out the middle of the field for him. Just get him the football and let him do his thing in open space, and use your running backs to clearly, if you have to, use your running game to once again force the issue, basically. Yes, Jordan, I agree. So I think Kittle is definitely a good one, and I I think the Green Bay, once again, the Green Bay secondary is exposable. So those the slot receivers and basically the receiving core as a whole for the Niners could have an absolute field day. Coach, you aren't kidding, man. You are not kidding. They are huge mismatches all over the field. A big, tough pass catching tight end is an absolute weapon. He is. He's an absolute weapon on the field because of the size. That is an absolutely true statement. It is. But I think Jimmy G can take advantage of that secondary of Green Bay. I think once again I think that that the deep zones of those fields are going to be open. I think those deep crossing routes and those deep posts are going to be open. And I think if Jimmy G can hit some of those deep passing routes, those deep crossers, and like I said, the deep posts, and even some of those the double moves, the hitch and goes, the stuff down the field. And when I mean down the field, I'm talking like 20 yards or more. I think that the deep third of the field is going to be open. I don't think the corners and the safeties of Green Bay have the agility to keep up with these San Francisco receivers and even George Kittle. I think the passing game is of the utmost importance for the Niners. They have to be able to throw the football. They cannot get shut down in the passing game and rely on that run. The run game, because I don't think that their offensive line will hold up long enough to sustain a style of an offense similar to the Titans game. I think if you make the San Francisco 49ers run the football, I think they're going to be way less effective. If you can limit the passing game and kind of shorten Jimmy G's field down to about 10 yards, 12 yards. I think that the Niners could be in trouble. They need to establish that. I think they need to take advantage of those deep crossers and the hitch and goes, the double move, deep balls, and I think that deep third of the field is going to be Jimmy G's best friend in this game, because those corners and safeties are just not. I don't think they can keep up with a lot of these receivers that the Niners have. Now, moving on to the San Francisco defensive side of the ball. Sorry, guys. Or did I already? I'm losing my mind here, guys. Did we do San Francisco's defense or not? Sorry, guys. Let me know. Did we do San Fran's D or not? I'm having a little bit of a brain fart here. I lost my train of thought. I think we have not done San Francisco's defense. So let's talk about that real quick. All right, so San Fran on the defensive side of the football, they need to get after Aaron Rodgers. All right, good. Okay, cool. All right. Brain fart there, guys. Sorry, it's 11:15 here on the East Coast, and when you get up at 6 in the morning on the weekends, but your brain is fried at this point, or at least mine is. All right, so San Francisco defensive side of the football, they need to get after Aaron Rodgers. Get him on the move. Jordan, that's 100% true. That is a fact. So San Francisco's D, get after Aaron Rodgers. Get him out of the pocket. Get him on the move. Make him throw across. If you can do this, put him in as difficult a situation as you can when he has to throw the ball. Don't let him go through three reads and on a defense, get after him, whether it's coming off the edges or straight up the middle. Personally, if it was me, I think Rodgers does better against pressure around the edges. I think Rodgers does better with pressure around the edges because he can step up into the pocket and kind of not so much outrun it, but just he can move in the pocket. So if I was the Niners defense, if I'm blitzing or if I'm putting stunts, I would stunt from tackle to tackle, and I would send that pressure straight up the middle in Rodgers' face, and I would make him have to look straight at the pressure coming at his face instead of giving him the ability to step up in a pocket and slide in the pocket and avoid the rush from the edges. If I'm San Francisco, I'm bringing pressure straight up the middle and straight in his face. That's how I would attack if I'm blitzing. That's how I would attack the Green Bay offensive line. So I would once again bring pressure straight up the middle, and for Rodgers, the big thing for me in the passing game is double. I would double Devontae Adams and make his life miserable all night. I would put a number two cornerback on him with safety help over the top all night long. I would put a number 2 and safety help over the top all night long. If Adams ends the night with 65 yards and no touchdowns, 75 yards and no touchdowns, that is a win for the Niners there. That is an absolute win. If you can hold Devontae Adams under 80 yards, if you can hold Devontae Adams to 80 yards or under and no touchdown, the Niners should win that game. That should absolutely be a win for the Niners. So that would just be one of my main focuses. Would be put a number 2 put a number 2 with safety help over the top and just bracket Devontae Adams anywhere he goes on the field. I would have either the number. No, sorry guys. What's up, TG? How you doing, man? But those are my thoughts, guys, on Coach. Something tells me that too. As much as I really don't want to say that, something. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about the Niners in this game. I really do. What's up, Elijah Morgan? How you doing? What's up? Coach, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. It's something. It's just bad. Call it bad juju, man. You know what I mean? Just bad mojo, like just a bad feeling. It's like I said, yeah, it's something though. I hope the Niners win that game because I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. So what do you guys think about these games? How do you feel about the Titans and the Chiefs game? Do you guys think that the Titans have a chance? Because I certainly think they do. I want to get you guys' thoughts now that I've kind of given you mine. What do you guys think? I'm kind of curious to see how you guys look at these games. Boswell says the Niners. Eric of Steel said it's rigged. It's gonna be it's gonna be Chiefs and Packers. But see, Eric, this is I was telling this. I said this to the coach plays. I said this to the coach plays off stream before I started this stream. I said this to the coach plays, who is a huge Titans fan. I said this to him. I want the Titans game to be so far out of reach, and I mean, I want that score to be similar to the Baltimore game where they're winning by 14 points, because I can totally see the referees absolutely absolutely hosing the Titans on one or two key calls that cost them that game if the game is close. If the game is close, I can absolutely see that happening. The referees would hose them twice or once in some big spot that could cost them this game. So I hope that the Titans game, that score is so far out of whack that the referees can't help that they cannot help the Chiefs win that game. That is my hope for that game, because I can see I can see that happening. I can totally see that happening. Yeah, Coach, I told you. I absolutely told you. If the referees can affect the Titans-Chiefs game, they're gonna. If the referees can affect the Titans and Chiefs game with a key call, with a key few calls, they're gonna. They're gonna absolutely do it, and they're gonna hose the Titans in that game. I can totally see that happening. I can absolutely see that happening. What's up, Alan? What's up, Angler Alan? How you doing, man? So my hope, like I told the coach, my hope is that game is so far out of reach that the referees cannot help the Chiefs in any way, shape, or form win that game by hosing the Titans on a call. So that is my hope. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. But that's my hope. So what do you guys think about the Packers and Niners game? I want to get you guys' thoughts on the Packers and Niners. I mean, I gave you guys what I thought. So what do you guys think with the Packers and Niners? Eric says the Niners should be able to win handily against the Packers, but watch, they're gonna yeah. Eric, I could see that too, man. Yep. Coach, that's insane. That's crazy. Beastie boy, that's funny. That's true, Eric. That's true. That is very true, and the Titans do play a very physical game. The coach says he's going to sprint to the store. Alan says Titans win the Super. Alan, I hope so. I really do. Coach, I hope the Niners win. I'm going to be rooting for the Niners in that one, because I hate. It's not that I. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with me, guys. It's not that I hate Aaron Rodgers the player. I hate Aaron Rodgers the person, because he's a super douchebag. The guy is a phenomenal talent on the football field, and I mean phenomenal talent. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the last 10 years to probably ever play. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the last 10 years to ever play to play. So, but I cannot stand him as a person. Aaron Rodgers as a person is a douche, and I cannot in my right mind write for him. root for that guy. I cannot root for that guy because his attitude is terrible. Yeah, coach, his attitude is terrible. I cannot, in my right mind, root for root for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Eric, I'm kind of with you in the same boat. Like I like Aaron Jones a lot. Aaron Jones, the running back for the Packers, he's a hell of a runner. He's something special. He's got a lot of talent. Beastie, yeah, I hear you. I hear you, man. But either way, guys, with either game, I think Eric, everybody gives a ton of like, yeah, yeah, Aaron Rod, yeah, I agree with that, man. It's like I told you, I I don't like Rodgers the person. He's just a wicked, just pompous, like his attitude is terrible. His attitude is absolutely awful. It's but either way, guys, either way you slice it, whatever team you root for this weekend, we are in for some phenomenal football. I think both games have the ability, if you leave out the ref interference and you let them play, and you just let them play the pure, just purely let them play the game of football. You're gonna get some phenomenal games this weekend. You're gonna get some phenomenal football, and hopefully we get that. Hopefully we can toss aside all the BS and the ref interference and all the other pile of crap that comes with some of these, the BS that comes with some of these games. Hopefully we can just toss all that aside and they let them play the game of football this weekend. And if that happens, we're going to get some phenomenal games. We're going to get some very good football this weekend. Yeah, Eric, me either. Like I just said, man, hopefully we can toss out all that BS and none of that happens. Hopefully we just get good, solid, hard-nosed, hard-hitting football. And just go from there. Like that's what I hope happens. I hope they let them. I hope they let them play the game, and I hope they kind of keep the flags in their pocket, and I hope they keep the flags in their pocket, and I would actually rather have them err on the not blowing the whistle and not throwing the flag in these games, and let them play. I would almost hope that they would not throw flags and like I said, just keep swallow the whistles a little bit and err on the side of not throwing the flag over throwing it and then picking it back up. But that's my thoughts on this weekend, guys. I think either way you slice it, we're going to get some awesome games, awesome football. It's definitely going to be entertaining. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good weekend of football, and we're going to find out who our two participants in Super Bowl 54 are after Sunday night. But this weekend is going to be a good weekend of football, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Titans and the Chiefs game. Once again, guys, Titans and Chiefs tomorrow night. That is the game that I will be live for. Once again, y'all have been awesome. Erica Steele, Beastie Boy, Weldon, Coach Plays, Jordan, Goldsmith, Pat's Nation, Bosgal, thank you guys. You have been awesome. Thanks for hanging out and chilling. Who else has been in here? Trying to run down, guys, and just see who else has been in here. Looks like Angler Allen. Oh, I can't forget Angler Allen. Alan, you've been in here. Thanks a lot, buddy, for showing up. The Sports Reaction, Rich. Brayton, as always, guys. TG. Once again, Elijah. Thanks a lot, guys. Much appreciated. Y'all are awesome. And hopefully we get us a good weekend of football. But much appreciation, much love to all you guys for hanging out. And I will see you guys, like I said, tomorrow night for the Chiefs and the Titans game. So I hope everybody has a good night. But it's time to... Whoop, sorry, guys. My bad. Clicked on the wrong thing. My bad for that. It is time to end the night. Once again, thanks for watching, y'all. Greatly appreciated. And I am out of here. Cue the intro. Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk. Your boy Bobby is gone, guys. Peace. I'm out of here.